Hello everyone, it's Rosie and welcome to my channel. This channel is dedicated to simplify and break down each stipulation of your homeowners CC and Rs, so that it is easier for you and other homeowners to understand each rule. I also share true HOA stories that we can all learn from. If you're new to my channel, this is my third episode and I am still talking about the different types of homeowners assessments. In our last episode, I talked about association dues, the importance of paying it on time as well as special assessments. Today, we are going to talk about initiation fees, capital improvement assessments, and we are going to compare two communities that adopted the same set of bylaws, and how the manner that they are enforced makes a world of difference to the homeowners living in both subdivisions. So let's start with the initiation fee. HOA initiation fee is similar to an enrollment fee. When a community is first built and the developer had adopted an association bylaws, the first few homebuyers become members automatically and they usually do not pay initiation fees. After a certain number of the properties are sold and the association is turned over to the homeowners, the association has an option to impose initiation fees to the new home buyers. In some older developments, the homes may have been completely sold and inhabited before an association is formed. Usually, this idea of forming an association comes from the first homeowners in an effort to maintain the subdivision's common areas, such as landscaping and the subdivision's name signage. During this early formation, joining the association is voluntary. Homeowners have an option to not participate if they are not interested. But joining the association early is free. After the association has met a certain number of members, they will start to impose initiation fees to whoever wants to join in. Initiation fees can range in cost depending on the number of homes in your community and the amenities to maintain. It could range from a few $100s up to thousands of dollars. In the three subdivisions where we own properties, the initiation fee ranges from $2,000 to $5,000. Initiation fee is separate from your association dues. Initiation fee is paid only once, while association dues are a recurring bill that you will receive on a monthly or yearly basis. If you just bought your house in an association-governed subdivision and the property is not a member, you are not obligated to become a member and no one can force you to. However, even older subdivisions have protective covenants that your house may be subjected to. This is the original covenant that the developer adopted and requires every homeowner to abide by whether or not they are part of the association. This covenant usually mandates land use and architectural control rules. So basically, the association rules still apply to you. You can also be fined if you do not follow these rules, but you are not allowed to use the amenities and recreational facilities that you are not paying for. If you are contemplating to become a member, just remember that once your property becomes a member of the association, it will remain so in perpetuity, even after you sold it. Unless your bylaws has been amended to omit this stipulation. Another type of assessment is capital improvement assessments. If you live in a condominium building, renovation and remodeling of the common areas such as the lobby and updating the infrastructures of the building from time to time will help increase the value of each condominium units. If your association determined that it is time to upgrade, the cost of the improvement divided among the unit owners is called capital improvement assessment. This type of assessment is more expensive than special assessments and payments are usually stretched from a number of months to a number of years depending on the cost of the project. Capital improvement assessment is different from special assessment as it involves major structural alterations, common area improvements and new structure constructions that will help improve the value of your property. Whereas special assessments are usually from emergency repairs to fix the facilities in the building. Those are the different types of assessments that you should prepare for and allocate in your budget when you choose to live in an association-governed community. Now, as promised, I want to compare and contrast two subdivisions that enforce the same standard bylaws with a few key amendments and the kind of people who enforce them that makes all the difference in the life of their residents. My reason for doing this is to show you that even if the bylaws are written the way it is, which is in my opinion far overreaching, a set of reasonable people in your board can make it work without overstepping or disrespecting the homeowners. When the people appointed to become board of directors have no regard for the homeowners, or are only looking to enrich themselves and protect their business, or gain control of other people to make them feel important, the homeowners suffer. We are going to call these communities Subdivision A and Subdivision B. They are real subdivisions located in the same city, same county, same state, and the cost of houses in both location are within the same price range. Subdivision A's Homeowners Association is managed by 5 board members and an association attorney, who's only been called once in 20 years. Subdivision B's HOA is managed by 5 board members, a managing company, a collection agency, and a whole law firm. They helped the association file at least 6 lawsuits against homeowners in the last 12 years. Subdivision A has 266 members while Subdivision B has 248. The association dues in Subdivision A is $400 per year, and in Subdivision B, it's $520. In Subdivision A, the dues has not increased in 20 years. In Subdivision B, the dues was increased from $480 to $520 after 10 years for reason that the dues has not increased in the last 10 years. In Subdivision A, the amenities are a 30-acre Bostock lake, a half-acre baseball batting field, a large swimming pool, double tennis courts, a basketball court, children's playground, a pavilion, gazebos, and a clubhouse. In Subdivision B, the amenities are a large swimming pool, tennis courts, a hot tub, children's playground, a pavilion, and a clubhouse. In Subdivision A, the use of the clubhouse is free to members but a reservation is required. In Subdivision B, the use of the clubhouse is $50 plus a deposit of $150. When I asked the association's treasurer of Subdivision A why there is no rental fee for the clubhouse, he said that the clubhouse upkeep is included in the homeowner's dues. In Subdivision B, a deposit is required because some homeowners don't clean up after themselves and the use of tape to hang banners could sometimes peel the paint off the wall, so the deposit is withheld in case the association needs to repaint the walls and hire someone to clean the mess the renter made after their event. There was no explanation available about why there is a rent of $50 to use this facility when the upkeep should be taken from the association dues. Remember, Subdivision B's dues is $120 higher than Subdivision A. In Subdivision A, if the homeowner is delayed in paying the dues, they collect 10% as penalty fee of the total amount that has not been paid as permitted in the bylaws. This is equivalent to $40. However, they do not collect interest rates as the bylaws also allow. They do suspend the homeowner's voting privileges and the use of the amenities. According to the association's treasurer, this issue only happened twice since the association's formation some 26 years ago. He said that the homeowners in the subdivision have been very cooperative in paying their assessments. The association also accepts a homeowner's request to divide the dues into 4 or 6 months if the homeowner is having some financial issues. In Subdivision B, if a homeowner is delayed in paying the dues, the managing company turns the account over to a collection agency. Fines and interest rates are added on top of the dues. In Episode 2, I told you about a resident who had to pay over $7,000 for dues that is worth less than $500. If you haven't seen this episode, the link is in the comments box for your convenience. I recently received an email from a homeowner who was trying to sell their house and she was asked to pay more than $13,000 when her total should only be $1,480 for the 3 years worth of dues she didn't pay, not including any fines and interests. In Subdivision A, a board member calls if they need to talk to a homeowner about something they feel needs to be corrected. The homeowners can also call the president or the vice president, who also doubles as the ACC or the Architectural Control Committee, if you would like to put up a fence or cut some trees. Most times you can get their answer over the phone before the end of the call. For more complex requests, they will come to your house to see the improvement that you would like to make, and you are most likely to receive their decision during this visit. If you are repainting your house with the same color, changing your roof, windows, or any work that falls into the category of maintenance, it does not need to be pre-approved as long as you are using the same style or material as it was before. In Subdivision B, when you need to change, maintain or replace any part of your house, whether you are maintaining or improving a part of your property's facade including planting any living thing in the front yard, or any part of your property that is visible in the street, the association requires that you have written permission from the board or the managing company. This includes painting your house with the same color, replacing your windows, or your roof with the same type of material. You need to go to the managing company's website, fill out a form, and submit it through email, fax, or regular mail. You have to wait until they respond, which is typically between 48 hours after they received your request, to maybe never. Sometimes, when you are lucky enough to receive a response from them, it is usually in the form of a question, to which the answer was already in your application. They will correspond to you with one or two more questions, and they will send you a denial letter one after another, if they didn't like any of your answers. The process to get the association's approval could take anywhere between 48 hours to sometimes never, depending on the community manager's mood or if the ACC member she needed to talk to is unavailable. Needless to say, the process is absolutely frustrating. As I mentioned previously, Subdivision A's board members call or drops by your property if they see that something needs correcting in your yard, and ask if you needed help. In Subdivision B, a representative from the managing company drives around the neighborhood every so often like a paparazzi, and take pictures of your home as proof of your violation. You will then receive a letter along with a picture of your house, and a note of what you needed to correct. This letter includes a warning that if you do not correct the violation within a certain amount of time, you will get hit with a $25 per day fine until your violation is corrected. In some days, this representative will drive around the neighborhood on trash day, and issue violation letters for exposed trash bins. A neighbor of mine a few houses down has been fined for this violation, even after she tried to explain that her bin was out on trash pickup day. She had to fight the managing company for almost a year before they finally took off the recurring fines from her account. Just imagine her frustration over this matter. One of my newer neighbors immediately received violation letters, 8 to be exact, before they even moved into the fixer-upper house they just bought. They were cited for broken mailbox, exposed trash bin, grass edging, and abatement of weeds. All before they are completely moved in. Granted that these matters are considered infractions in the subdivision's covenant, this is no way to welcome a new homeowner who was not even done renovating their home. New homeowners get violation letters from the get-go, but they are never told any information about the subdivision, like how to get the swimming pool key, who is our managing company or the board of directors, and how to get in touch with them for any questions they may have. They all learn these from other neighbors where they turn to express their frustration about the violation letters they just received. And the board is clueless why the homeowners are resentful of the association. If you haven't already noticed, the way an association works or not depend on the people who enforce the rules. Some board members recognize that associations are formed to make sure that everyone in the subdivision lives in harmony while maintaining the condition of their properties for everyone's benefit. Some board members and managing companies look at communities and the people who live there as a source of income and people to manipulate, coerce, and harass. Unfortunately, there is no law, whether local, state, or federal, that limits the authority of your board of directors over your property, aside from what's mentioned in your bylaws. There is no branch of the government that you can go to and report abusive community managers and overreaching associations. And because of the way the election rules are written on the covenant, these people in your association could be there for years, even decades, as your covenant may allow, and you have no other choice but to move out or tolerate them. If you are watching this and you live in an HOA-governed subdivision, I urge you to call, write, or send a message by all means to your local representative, your district congressman, or even your state senators to change our law and let the people living in HOA communities have some sense of property ownership. That's it for us today. Again, if you have any corrections, comments, suggestions, or would like to share your own personal HOA story, or would like to dispute any of my covenant interpretations I discussed today, please get in touch. I would love to hear from you. Post your comment below, hit like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when a new video is posted. In the next episode, I will be talking about the homeowner's right to obtain the association's records, the election process, and the architectural committee's role. Until then, stay safe and be well.